The black hole, okay? The black hole is one of the worst things that can ever happen to a writer because you'll never, ever, 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 ever see the light of day. Your song will never see the light of day because you will continually change it and change it and change it and change it because it's never, ever, 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 ever going to be good enough. Kind of sucks because you'll never see the outcome. You're never going to write songs that have a beginning and an end that are actually going to be played anywhere or released anywhere or given to your friends or any other thing because the song is never done. I remember a band that some people that I knew were in, and they had practiced. Now, they were a cover band, and they had practiced for like a year and a half or 2 years before they ever got out and played a gig. And then after they did like 3 gigs, they broke up. So they played together. In their minds, it was never good enough. So they had to play together, practicing constantly, X amount of times a week for 2 years before they ever got and played. And then they played like 3 shows and they were done. That's crazy, right? I know another friend of mine who's in a really killer band, and they've recorded an album, which is just astonishingly good. And it's stuck in the production. One of the guys is mixing and mastering the whole thing, and it's been recorded now for a year and a half, and he's still tweaking things in the final mastering of it, which means the world doesn't get to hear it. It's not released. And will it be done in 6 months? Maybe a year, maybe 2 years, maybe never. So the black hole is something you really got to watch out for. Is when you start thinking that whatever it is that you're doing isn't good enough, please understand, go back to my story about Steve Grimmett from Grim Reaper and how when somebody else comes in, your song takes on a completely different shape. The concept is completely different when you have somebody else that can come in and start helping you. So it might be another guitar player, it might be a drummer, it might be a bass player, it might be a whole band, it might be a singer. But the songs become something when you get them to the next level. You can't just write a little riff and go, well, that riff isn't good enough. It's not iconic enough. It's not better than, whoever, whatever band you love. You can't look at it that way. The riff is the stepping stone, like we talked about earlier, to the rest of this, whether you're building this way or whether you're building this way. But you got to start with something. And yes, you can edit. Of course you can edit. What I'm saying is be careful of the black hole, where all you do is whatever it is that you do is never, ever good enough, and it will never be a completed piece of music that moves from point A to point B. So I like I told you earlier, I write a lot of beds to songs, and I have lots of amazing vocal friends. So I can always shop my beds around to various different singers, and they'll go, well, that one isn't really me. That one's really not me, but this one's totally me. You see? And then they can choose what they want. And then what we do is we go back, they listen to it, they start getting ideas, but they go, hey, you know what? I would love to sing over this, but I think the way I hear it is I would like this part between 38 seconds and a minute 32. I would like that part to be here instead, and then take this part and move it over. Or what they'll do is I'll literally send them a copy of it. They'll put it in, I'll tell them what tempo it's at. They'll put it in their recording software, and they'll cut it and then move the pieces around how they want to sing over it. Then they'll send it back to me. And of course, now it'll be a little weird because the pieces are chopped up, right? So then what I'll do is I'll go back and then I'll just re-record the whole thing in that now new structure that they want to sing over. It doesn't take me that long, right? So then I'll re-record all the parts in this new format. They've moved it around, moved the pieces around, re-record it, send it back to them, and then they'll sing over the top, which is great. So you see, I don't want to worry about mixing and mastering and engineering all that stuff too much in the beginning stages. I'm just trying to create an idea that moves from point A to point B. Then I give it to somebody else and they go, hey, I love this. Let's do it. Or they go, hey, I love this, but can we do this? Or can we add this here? Can we do something here? Of course we can. Tell me where you want it and let's do it. And better yet, what I love to do with people when I write with them is literally send them the track as basic as I can, right? Again, I don't need 75,000 guitar parts on it because then I can't cut it apart anyway. If I strip away this stuff, unless I'm writing an instrumental tune, right? Then I'm going to leave it. It's my song. I can do whatever I want with it. But if I want someone to sing over the top, I'm going to take a bunch of this stuff out of there, send it to them, tell them the tempo. They'll put it in their recording software, chop it up, move it around however they think they need to, send it back to me. I re-recorded it with this new framework, and then they sing over the top, and boom, we got ourselves music. So it's beautiful, okay? So if you learn something, if you're going to be able to use some of this information, tell me yes. And please tell me yes, because this is all about you. This isn't about me. This is about you. It's your ability of being able to take your enjoyment of this instrument to the next level and start doing something with it. And stop worrying about everybody else out there that's got some sort of negative, crappy thing going on. And, you know, this mind perception that you're just never going to be good enough because you're not whoever. Forget all that and start learning how to write, right? Elton John doesn't wake up every day and worry about whatever, right? Whoever it is. I don't care who you're talking about. Joe Satriani or Animals as Leaders, or I don't care what band it is. They don't wake up every day and worry about what everybody else is doing. They worry about what they're doing and how they're doing it, and they make it. And somebody out there is going to like it, right? Animals as Leaders, if you know who they are, just an amazing band. It's not for everybody. And they don't care. One of my favorite bands on the planet, if you know who they are, is a band called King's X. One of my favorite bands of all time. They are not for everybody, and that's a darn shame because they're just so stinking cool. But they're not for everybody, and that's okay. Okay, they're for me and people like me, and that's okay. So stay positive. It's really important. And again, thank you so much for taking time out. Please check out the link, which all that stuff should be over on your. You should be seeing it on the side of your screen there. Check out the course. See if it's something that's going to be able to help you with your songwriting and your playing in general. There's a ton of great stuff in here. And just stay positive and keep practicing, all right? So take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. Listen, if you're ready to take your guitar playing to the next level, then I'd like to invite you to go to guitarzoom.com and sign up for a VIP membership, which gives you first access to my premium lessons each month, which are customized for your specific goals and skill level. Now, it's an awesome community of guitar players that love to play, have fun, and support each other's goals, and we'd love to have you join us. So go to guitarzoom.com and sign up for VIP today.